Good afternoon, Marshall family, Iron Fist aficionados, and warriors alike of all walks of life. Your boy Turtle Sage here for another combat commentary. And on today's episode, we are talking about my thoughts on teaching on this day in the year of the dragon. Now, my first thought is teaching requires a bit of unselfishness that you have to develop over time, and compassion and maturity. Like, even if I knew the amount of stuff that I knew now at, say, 18, at 18, I would not have been mature enough, at least in my opinion, to be a good teacher. Let's just say that much. I needed to get life experience, which is why most of my teachers have been 35, if not 45 plus. You know, I always say this: beware the old man that is still viable in a young man's game. You know, it's one of those things, kind of like when Obi-Wan Kenobi trained Anakin. He was still a bit of a pup himself, and he had a lot of growing to do. But when he taught Luke what little he did, he was more suited to do it, at least more mature in that sense. He had life experience. He, saw his order get destroyed, saw his student betray him, yada, yada, yada. But I digress. As far as unselfishness, there are times, I fully admit, I would rather spend time, working on stuff that I think I need to refine within myself. Like, maybe my 1-inch punch could be better. Maybe my stamina could use some more. Go for a run. Maybe I could lift some more weights, increase my bench. Maybe I can do stance work. Maybe work on some bagua tilling steps. Might see that later. But there are times the needs of others supersede my own. And for that, I have to show up. I have to wake up, be on time, look alive, because it's not do as I say, it's do as I do. And if they see you slacking off and being a layabout, being, weak, how are they going to get strong? Like, my first Sifu, Grandmaster Johnny Lee, shout out to him. He's been teaching for 50 years. Happy birthday to him. I give him all the praise in the world, because it's practice what you preach. He lived by his philosophy, and he set a standard that everyone had to follow. Now, that said, you have to have compassion. Not everyone is going to come in looking like Donnie Yen or George St. Pierre or Michael Jai White. No, in fact, most of them, especially in America, they're going to come in looking like Homer Simpson or Chris off of Family Guy, Chris Griffin, right? Whatever. It's not like Avatar to come in, I'm a prodigy, I can learn all of this I can learn the 4 elements in a year's time. No, don't work like that. So really, as a teacher, like Grandmaster Johnny Lee, you're teaching them good habits early on. You're teaching them to be a good student. You're learning how to learn, right? And so this is where you've got to be able to discipline folks, because you disciplined yourself, reel them in. And this is where you deal with, like, when dealing with kids, for example, kids are your money makers for several reasons, because, something physical, keep them occupied, and they can make new friends, build confidence in them, be better people, right? Because that's what martial arts is about in the end, is self-cultivation. Also, they're the future of what you do. So if you get them super interested, and they're like me, and they become a student for life, that That's always somebody who's gonna pay you back, and not just monetarily, but you know, philosophically, spiritually. You know, gonna keep what you teach alive. I know I've been trying to for my teachers, right? And so there's that. And you know, you deal with people, with them, with kids. The way you teach kids is not the same way you teach adults. And from what I've seen, with kids, you got to make it a game, especially with boys. I know when I was a boy, if I was not really interested in something, if there was not intrinsic value, it wasn't getting done. Hate math to this day because it was all theory. You got to tell them why you do it, and then make it fun. Make it a game. Like, I emphasized defense, right? I always tell kids, defense wins championships. Well, what I play with them, notice I said the word play. I make it a game of tag, right? Hit, don't get hit. They love it. I love it. And, you know, what boy or girl doesn't love tag, right? And so that'll get them moving about. You tell them why you have to have good stances so you can move. Well, I was teaching the other day at an inner city school. Well, I taught them about the value of footwork offensively and defensively. And then I compared it to, you know, who's your favorite basketball player? And I brought up Kyrie Irving, best footwork in the league. Although we didn't see it this go around, but whatever. He made it to the finals. You know, I'm happy as a Dallas fan too, but I digress. I made that comparison and they were all ears. So you make it fun, you make it a game, you appeal to what they know. Some kids love anime. I love anime, so they connect on that. Like, okay, you want to be like Goku? Well, you got to get that work ethic in. You want to have the skills of Neji Hyuga? You got to learn to relax, flow, be smooth, round, and continuous, right? With girls, I hate to say it, no, I don't. They are more apt to listen around a certain age. I guess this is what they mean by girls mature faster than boys, but boys are more active. It's that the hormones kick in, the testosterone. They want to be out, they want to be moving, they want to do energy. So when it comes to actual combat application, this is where the boys shine. But these are the things I noticed. You can agree or disagree. I would love to see it in the comments. With grown folks, you know, you just again, a lot of the same things apply, but you don't have to so much make it a game. You know, some people just want to get healthy. Some people just want something to get them out of the house. Some people now there are those like me who want, you know, self-defense. These are usually males between the ages of like 18 and 30, right? Got that testosterone, got that ego, something to prove. Well, you got to appeal to them on that one. Women want to know how to protect themselves. You teach them all the I start with the practical things first, and then go on to the more esoteric and philosophical things after they've gotten the basics down. That's just me, but I would love to hear y'all's thoughts on teaching. Let me know in the comments. Agree or disagree. Like, share, and subscribe. Turtle Sage out. Peace.